Hey guys, it's Tony. I just spent like the past 10 minutes trying to get my hair to stick down so I can make this video for you, so you better appreciate it. It's Today in Nerd History.
Today in Nerd History!
Guys, the Deadpool movie is out and it's as good as anyone could have hoped. There's only one problem with it. It eventually ends, so now we have to wait for the sequel. Luckily, one has already been announced, and the character has 25 years of awesome stories to draw from for the sequel's plot. So we thought we'd bring you our top 5 completely and totally subjective best Deadpool plots that should be in the sequel. Number 5, Deadpool fights zombie presidents. Okay, I mean, we can all agree that zombies are, well, pretty played out. But zombie presidents? Well, haha, that's a rancid artery of untapped potential just waiting to be bitten. How? And Deadpool notched that neck in a 2012 comic written by the king of the Hey It's That Guy comedians, Brian Posehn, and drawn by Tony Moore, who drew the first arc of the Walking Dead comics. The comic focuses on a group called the Dead Presidents, and no, not the bank robbery surf gang from Point Break, I mean actual dead presidents, ones that are necromants back from the grave, cursed to walk the earth as deranged versions of their former selves. Well, except for Teddy Roosevelt, who was known to patrol zoos looking for fistfights. Though you think that Captain America would be the guy tapped to restore American honor, it comes down to Deadpool. Not that I'm complaining, Cap would never give us anything as good as headshotting Teddy Roosevelt or savaging Space Reagan. So is Deadpool 2 the opportunity for the X-Men universe to finally merge with Spielberg's Lincolnverse? Yes, obviously. Number 4, Deadpool saves Angel with Cannibalism. Yeah, Deadpool isn't the star of the Uncanny X-Force, but he is the only comic relief on a team of dullards like Wolverine, Angel, Psylocke, Phantom X, and besides that, he's arguably got the biggest heart of anyone in the clandestine kill squad. In the fantastic opening arc, The Apocalypse Solution, the gang is just about to take care of a reborn apocalypse when, of course, everything goes wrong. Deadpool and Angel, in Archangel form, are left for dead, but Wade has an unfoldable tent with his face on it and plans to nurse Angel back to health. As one could expect, Pop Rocks and Coke don't quite do the trick. So Deadpool has to resort to, more drastic measures. You're seeing that correctly. Deadpool is cleaving off slices of his own forearm and feeding them to Angel like an oblivious baby bird. It's no skin off Deadpool, so to speak, because he'll regenerate. Angel, on the other hand, will have to live with the knowledge that he consumed and subsequently pooped out pieces of Wade Wilson. Put that in a movie. I double dog dare you. I'll dare you every dog to put that in a movie. Number 3, Deadpool invades an old school Spider-Man comic. The first ongoing Deadpool comic was also one of the best. But maybe the craziest moment of the comic came when Deadpool and his buddy Blind Al got thrown back into the past. Specifically, the past is portrayed in the comic Amazing Spider-Man number 47, which was printed back in 1967. A ton of the art assets are ripped straight out of that Stan Lee John Romita Sr. classic. It's like those commercials featuring Danny Trejo in an old Brady Bunch episode, except teetering on the edge of being a lot more violent. Side note, can we get a violent version of the Danny Trejo Brady Bunch commercial?
Shut up!
My producer's telling me that it's not possible, but we have the power of our imaginations. Anyway, Deadpool has to disguise himself as Peter Parker, and to avoid screwing up the time stream, he has to experience all the events of issue number 47 just as they occurred in the original comic. Though he doesn't want to muck up the time stream by doing anything drastically different, that doesn't stop Deadpool from macking on Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. The likelihood of Deadpool jumping into the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie is, well, pretty slim. But I would watch the shit out of that movie, and plus, it would finally unite Fox, Sony, and Marvel under one mighty roof. Number 2, Deadpool massacres the literary universe. Hey, but if you can't unite 3 extremely litigious movie studios, there's always the public domain. After Deadpool had a story where he literally killed the entire Marvel universe, he broke the fourth wall the hardest he has ever broken it, by diving into the world of fiction to kill the hero ideal at its source, the classics. See, Deadpool knows he's in a comic book, and he knows his audience will demand that he kills over and over again. But he figures that if he kills the inspiration for these heroes in literary works like Moby Dick and Tom Sawyer, then he and everything else will cease to exist. The whole comic is a long, epic meta-suicide mission. He takes on Sherlock Holmes, even the ladies of Little Women get their house blown up. Deadpool ties each fictional character to a hero in the Marvel Universe. So if he wants to get rid of Ghost Rider for good, he has to go to the original, the Headless Horseman. In a movie, this would be the ultimate war on the MCU to destroy these characters before they could even exist. And while I would like to see all these universes combined, seeing them fight each other might be even cooler. And number 1, Cable and Deadpool, the best bromance in comics. The good news is that this is basically already confirmed. This is no real spoiler, but the post-credit sequence in Deadpool outwardly states that they're bringing Cable in for the sequel. And while Deadpool's suggestions of Mel Gibson and Dolph Lundgren and Keira Knightley are 95% to be just a joke, who really knows? Casting a buff old guy is hard, but tough as nails Silver Fox character actor Stephen Lang has already started campaigning for the role. Just look at the guy. This no-nonsense hardass is the perfect foil for Ryan Reynolds' goofy Deadpool. And he's already perfected the art of having rad face scars in Avatar. Do it! Do it! Or just cast Ron Perlman. Thanks guys, please like and subscribe. Now look, a magic trick. Woo! It's a JPEG of a rabbit. Couldn't afford the hat.